So here we are in the winery. This is where the magic happens. Yeah, this is where the grape becomes wine. And we're here with Carlos. Now, Carlos, I have a rumor. I got a little rumor, or as we say in English, a little bird told me that the wine from Madrid is world famous. It's world renowned. Is this true?
Yeah, that's a fact. You know, since the Civil War up to 20 years back, wines from Madrid, the whole zone was depressed, and the wines, they were cheap.
Right.
And mass production. Mm-hmm. But from 20 years back to here, we have acquired more quality, mm-hmm. and we had the chance, well, at least some people pushed for denomination of origin,
right.
And we have established a great department that is looking after the quality of Madrid.
All right, so the grapes come in. Now, what's the process? They come in, they're specially hand-picked grapes that are perfect for this process.
You made a very important point. Mm-hmm. Hand-picked.
Right, there's no machine.
No machines involved, because that's the first defense that we have against any defects that they might come up with the clusters.
Right.
What you have is the bunches, and then you have to remove all the berries from the bunches, because it will produce a greenish, or I would say vegetable flavor at the end. So we have to remove that, and we can do this with this machine that works perfectly.
Okay.
And
this separates the.
It's a destemmer.
Okay, destemmer. That's a good word there. Destemmer.
That's a destemmer. Yeah. Okay.
That, huh?
Here you have the worm that will feed the drum, and you have these fingers here, like they are orientated like a propeller.
Okay.
And the berries will come out through these holes here.
It's like a filter of sorts.
It's it makes a separation, because the stems, as you see, is like a hanger,
right.
And then they cannot get through the holes,
right.
And they will end up in that further end of the drum.
But so step one, eliminating all the things that don't belong in the wine.
Right, that's right.
Great. And what do we do next?
We pump everything from here, from this pump, into the vats.
Into these vats. Now, vats in Spanish, ¿cómo se dice vats in Spanish?
Tanque.
Tanque. We say vat, como... ¿Sabes lo que es VAT? VAT es otra cosa también en inglés. VAT. VAT is value added tax. Like,
that's right.
Right? When you go to the airport, value added tax. Right?
That's right.
But in this case, we're talking about these vats.
So that's why we have all these cooling rings. We produce 3,000 liters of chill water.
Okay.
And then we circulate them over these rings to absorb the excess of temperature.
Right, to keep the temperature at the right temperature.
Right, at the right temperature.
Sure,
right.
Sure. How long does it stay in the vats for?
It will stay, normally, in my case, it will stay around 7 days at the most.
7 days max.
That's the active fermentation.
Okay.
Well, we extend that a bit longer for what we call maceration process.
Okay.
So the skins, they stay together with all the wine that is already produced. The seeds, of course, as well, they stay all together. So we have a mixture here, a big mass of pulp and wine, which decantates. By decantation we get a separation of the wine. It stays on the top, and in the bottom side, all the skins,
remnants or the
remnants and the skins and seeds will drop to the bottom.
So it separates automatically.
Right, that's right.
Great. So what is the next step?
Okay, once it has separated, we have an extra. We'll remove the wine from here, but we have what is a amount of skins here. Then we like to get an extra part of the wine, which is a fine wine. So we use a press, a pneumatic press, which is right in the corner. We feed the press with that pomace, and then we extract an extra quantity of wine that we bring it back to the free-running wine that we have.
Right.
And from there we go to the last part of the process, which is aging.
Aging, I like that.
That's
well,
aging.
where do we do that?
Okay, we have an aging room here.
Great.
Shall we go?
Let's take a look.
Okay.
Carlos, what is the last step here at this stage of the process?
Okay, this is a very important part of the process.
Okay.
As the winemaking, this the last, I would say, is the part where we make the wine to last. It means the aging process is stabilizing the wine. Stabilizing the wine, so you can keep it for a number of years.
Right.
And while the young wine, it only will last maybe 1 or 2 years as a fresh wine.
Right.
The aged wine, it will last much longer, very many years.
What is the normal, I mean, what are some of the guidelines, directrices for different kinds of wine?
We have the young wine that doesn't stay in the barrels at all.
Okay.
And then we have the crianza that, according to the denomination of origin, it has to be at least 6 months in the barrel.
6 months, okay.
Minimum. We don't, actually, we do the minimum always, but we rule ourselves by the taste of the wine. Sure. We don't want the oak to dominate the flavor of the
tastes
wine.
like a whiskey.
It tastes like a whiskey.
Right.
And for Reserva, it has to be on oak a minimum 1 year.
Minimum 1 year.
1 year.
Right. Now, let me ask you about the tasting, because this is very interesting.
Right.
How do you taste the wines? You go around to each barrel and taste?
Yes, we do that. We do that.
So it really is a rigorous process where you have to pay a lot of attention to detail.
And I can tell you it's not fun at all.
Right.
Because we do it early in the morning, before even if you have breakfast.
Right, before your coffee, you're trying wine.
Yes, you are trying wine.
Right.
And, well, it's tough, you know, because tannins will precipitate all your proteins.
Right.
And, well, it gets tough, you know, because it gives the sensation of dryness. Well, this is the end of this process.
And then afterwards, I imagine it gets bottled.
We get it bottled and label it. And the real part I'll have to show you, which is the tasting.
The tasting. That's the part I've been waiting for. I'm excited because all this talk about wine and the process, and as I said, it's such an elaborate process that, you know, it's almost like you're tasting a piece of art. You know, you're trying something that someone created.
Well, that's a fact. Well, we have to use a lot of imagination and hard work. And I'm glad you've appreciated that. And so we'll have to the next building, which is our visitor center. And then I think you will enjoy that.
I'm excited. Are you guys excited? Let's go. Oh, I'm very excited. I bet you guys wish you were here with us next time.